And then as I seen the opportunity and how much of a transformation we kind of, I guess, made on businesses and coaches, and there was such a gap for it, it immediately changed my mindset to we can really do something to make a difference in the industry.
Yeah, so what it was, like I'd spent the last 12 months building this program, and I've been leading up to this big launch, and then it come to launch it, and I couldn't launch it because the product weren't ready to launch, and I was just, at that time, I was at a pinch. So when I first reached out to him, we had I think it was over a message, and then we actually had a phone call. And he just put my mind at ease. He sorted the problem out straight away, and we launched the product. So from that moment on, I just had so much faith and trust in Callum.
So Aimee's been sort of quite a large influence and a pivotal client from the very start, really. And Aimee was sort of the first big client we got, really, in terms of the audience that she had and the influence that she held within the industry, and especially like local to us as well. The first kind of, when Aimee first reached out to us, I couldn't believe it. Like I felt like we'd made it. I was like, she had like 10,000 followers, and I was like, bang, amazing. Like, we've made it, that's it, we're settled for life. When I first spoke with Aimee, when she first reached out to us, it was on Instagram, which it was a new thing again, because the business and the marketing team that I ran didn't use Instagram. It wasn't, you know, there wasn't a place in the industry for it. So that was new to begin with. And then there was this whole thing of voice notes, which again, it sounds mad because it was only 3 years ago, but like there was no way I was sending a message on a voice note. Like, I didn't have the confidence for it. I didn't want people to hear my voice. And Aimee was responding on voice notes. So she would send a voice note, and then I'd send a big long paragraph, and then she was probably getting dead annoyed because I knew she was busy. So she was probably driving or in a meeting or whatever, and she was probably having to read my long paragraph, and then she'd reply in a voice note.
How thorough he was with his responses and explaining things, how closely he worked with me, and the level of support that he offered me, and he never under-delivered, he always over-delivered. Like, everything that we've ever done together, I'm always like, oh my God, I love it, this is amazing, I'm so happy with this. There hasn't been anything where I've been like, oh, that's all right, or it's average. He's always gone above and beyond for me. So the level of trust from the get-go and the level of support I've had, he's just been consistent, and that's the biggest thing. He's never let me down, ever.
I think it comes from just the passion that she has for her own business, the passion that we have for our business, and then how you transfer that into caring so much for somebody else's business as well. Us as a service provider, the service that we offer and the service that Aimee uses, something called Studio Unlimited, which is, that's how it's packaged up, and it essentially gives you the effect of having an in-house marketing team. So you essentially get us as a team, but at the fraction of the cost. So for us to make that as efficient as possible, and for us to maximise obviously the money that we make and the value that we offer, we have to understand the client's business as much as possible, because that improves the speed of decision making, it improves the value that we can give on advising on processes, it improves the work that we output in general, and it improves us planning and moving forward, and how important we are to Aimee for her business.
I think any business owner would agree with me in saying this. It's terrifying letting somebody else into your business. Your business is your baby. So when you are letting other people in and trusting other people to do work on behalf of you, that can be scary.
The way we work with Aimee has definitely been a big factor in our growth and how we've grown and how we advise clients now and how we work with clients. And we do offer more than just graphic design and web design. The whole advisory side of it is what you don't get from, you know, other graphic designers or whatever it may be, because we've seen it. We've seen the success of Aimee and her business, and we know it's possible for all the other coaches if they have the right people to help them do the right things, essentially. And I mean, if it's quite crazy when you look back. I mean, 8 weeks with Aimee in particular, when we first started working with Aimee was one ebook. I think it had 1 million pages in it. It was like 50 something pages. That was 8 weeks with Aimee. Obviously, a certain price was attached to that. And our job was to be able to advise Aimee and use Aimee's ideas and use our own ideas to take that to what it is now, which is an online platform, an online community, a community of women who are literally making life-changing actions.
So my life's completely changed.
I just didn't believe that I could do it because my mentality was that I wanted something quick and I was just in a bad space. But 8 weeks at Aimee just was ticking all the boxes for me.
Aimee's business, and she might not even know this to be honest, but Aimee's business is very much an aspiration for a lot of coaches.
He always says this, and like I said that to him then, I was like, I just don't see myself as that far though, it's nuts, he always says that. When someone says that, like I don't see myself there because I don't even know how I got here. Like 3 years has passed and like I don't know how I've gone from just like a PT in a gym to sort of a worldwide transformation coach. That's what I am now. But I don't know, I still find it hard to see myself as that, if that makes sense, and how well like I actually have done. But I just see it as more of like the more I grow and the more my brand grows with the help of graphics, I can do what I love every day, which is making an impact and changing women's lives.
It's kind of overwhelming in a good way. I mean, I get asked the question all the time, have you ever thought about doing what you're doing now in other industries to help more people? And the answer is really simple. I mean, the first point is that we don't need to have access to more people. The industry is huge. We've got an industry for many lifetimes. But all we need to help more people is coaches like Aimee. Because if you think we help Aimee, that's one person, that's one coach that we're helping. But for example, using 8 weeks with Aimee again, she has, upwards of 300 people on every intake throughout the year. So our services are reaching thousands of people. I mean, in the past 2 years, we've worked with over 2,000 coaches. And if the top end coaches are working and changing the lives for 1, 2, 3, 400 people, we're reaching them people in one way or another. Whether they know it or not, it doesn't really matter. As long as the goals are being met by us, the coaches, and ultimately the end client, then that's what we're here for.
I've literally got goosebumps. That's lovely. It is lovely, and Callum is doing amazing things, and it's nice. It's nice to hear that, to be honest, because I don't think you'd ever give yourself credit or whatever. It's not every day that you hear things like that, so it's lovely to hear like the impact that he's making with Graphic, but then also the impact that I'm able to make with the help of Graphic, to be able to help women all around the world lose weight and feel their best every single day.